You can access the entire episode now on our website, forbiddenknowledge.news, Rokfin, Rumble, and all podcast platforms. Going back to the root of religion, extraterrestrial manipulation of humanity, how does this all relate to what we're seeing unfolding now with the tensions in the Middle East, the increasing psychological operations, possibility of UFOs being revealed to the public? This all seems very prophetic in many ways. How do you see this unfolding?
Well, such great questions. You know, I hardly ever tell people they have good questions because people have good questions. Only when I know it's the best questions do I say it. You're one of the best, bro. Seriously. So, like, when it comes to what's going on in the Middle East, let's break that down first. So, first of all, it gets to trauma, galactic trauma, right? I'm starting to believe now that Earth, and I don't mean this in a negative way, is kind of like a processing center, a mental institute for galactic trauma. It's like we're sent down here in order to process things that have occurred through the universe. Another analogy I've come up with recently is, you know, like back in the day, like Trojan War style, where they would, two armies would be on the battlefield, and then they would say, all right, we're gonna choose our best guy, you choose your best guy, and we'll fight it out. And if we both fight it out, then the rest of the people can just go home and you win. No one else has to die, right? Yeah. That's like Earth for the universe, for the galaxy. So what it seems to have occurred is, because if you look at, like, you know, I've worked hundreds of experiences, thousands of presentations on people's experiences on planets. I've heard all types of stories. And it seems that there's not too many stories of a fully flourishing multiple species planet out there, especially in higher dimensions. In this dimension, it's a little more challenging. You need certain elements. You're a victim to the elements, so you need to be in a specific area for life to flourish. But when you go into higher dimensions, you're now able to control the elements around you. You don't need to be distant from the sun. You don't need this amount of oxygen. You have the control over your external reality. In a lot of those dimensions, when you transcend it, you no longer experience loneliness in the same way. You no longer experience hate and fear and disconnection, because the frequencies have shifted. And as that occurs, many of these species exist with few other species on their planets, or are completely involved in their mission. Now look at Earth. I mean, I haven't ever Googled how many species of anything there are on Earth, but there's millions of species on Earth. So how did Earth come about? And as I've been doing this research and learning about different experiencers, I'm realizing there's cockroach beings, mantis beings, ant beings. There's almost like every single species on Earth. There's even dragonfly beings. I have a whole story on the dragonfly people. And so it seems that all these species in our galaxy have donated descendants is Earth.
You froze up there. You said that all species in this galaxy have donated what now?
DNA. So it seems like this is my theory. It could be like 80% of the species, could be 90%, could be 100%. That many, if not all, species in our galaxy that are at least a part of what went down with our karmic lineage of humanity, maybe beyond that, have donated DNA to the Earth experience and allowed for their descendants to be created. Like ant people are connected to ant beings, so on and so forth. All types of ETs have donated to different races of humans on Earth, and now I feel the test of Earth is for us to get over what I call galactic speciesism. It's like racism on a galactic level. We've had all these wars, all these differences, all this division occur. And so after this chaos that happened in the universe, Earth is basically the experiment of how we can bring harmony by just putting a few people in the battlefield rather than the whole galaxy, and create peace in the cosmos by creating peace on Earth. And part of that will be a day where we all live in harmony with one another. So now how this connects to the Middle East. Quite a while ago, I heard, you might have heard about the wars that happened in Orion. It was the DNA wars, basically. And there was an invasion in Orion there was a battle between reptilians and humans, but they weren't just reptilians and humans against each other. Those reptilians and humans against reptilians and humans.